That was a pretty solid day one death segment right there. I thought that could have gone much worse.
I thought they did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think last time around we were here in Kiev. Things did get off to a much worse start. So I think it's good.
That was fun,
start.
though. It was a bad start for all of us, I think, last year at Kiev. At this event, or not last year. That was in February.
That was in February.
That was very recent.
But it did end up really, really cool. The format of this tournament is so unique now. The best of three Swiss, it's so cool. I mean, all the teams love it, and we get a real test of everybody involved. So,
yeah, like if you go deep into this tournament, like you've earned it.
Yeah, you've done a good job.
You know, you can't be upset about that, and you can't really knock it either. I like this is going to be a big test for North, I think. And I think the interesting thing about them picking dust2 as well is if North wanted to figure out how to beat mousesports on this. They had two great demos coming out of Australia with Liquid dominating mousesports, and same with Astralis. So plenty of demos to watch if you want to counter mousesports on this map. But still, it just feels like at the moment with the way North has been playing, that mousesports just has an overwhelming amount of firepower. Now, North did just win that that event just recently. It wasn't the biggest event in the world. It wasn't anything life-changing, but a little bit of confidence can go a long way. And there's a good start from Mertz. 2 headshots right off the bat. And that puts the Pistoron firmly in control of the Danes.
That happened so quickly, I didn't even see if there were any flashbangs towards long, but if there weren't, then that's certainly a bold move from mousesports. AZ's going to pick up 1 kill on Stiko as well, and Sunny and Oscar are going to be left. Now, at this point in time, 2 versus 5 in a pistol round, can you even begin to dream? Well, hold the phone, Moses.
Yeah, hold the phone. He's got a cannon. That's a great headshot on the Kirby. And there's actually, Valdi's even gooshed up. Got to be careful playing around mid.
Sunny's waiting for it. They desperately want to be able to peek. That is a good position for MSL to be in. That forces them to commit to it, and MSL going to get the headshot now. It's just Oscar left, and he does have the bomb, and won't be enough. That's the problem, I feel like, with the Glock, is that we've seen it so much recently that the Ts will upgrade to a P250. If you had a P250, maybe he could have, they were all battling him, so maybe he could have had some sort of fight there, but the Glock, it just seems so unrealistic that it would actually happen. So no bomb plant and not that many kills.
I mean, it never helps when you run a strategy. You want to get out towards long. You wanted to get 3 players to take that long control and force the defense back and really prevent the map control that provides. And you just get shut down. 2 players immediately dying, and from there you just don't have a whole lot of options if you're mousesports. So yeah, that pistol round just essentially kind of just gets whittled down and bleeds away. They got some deagles though, and we know this map has plenty of open spaces for those to find their shot. Rops is going to be in the lower B tunnels, and he's got AZ ready to pounce close. Mertz and CT spawn as well. Small bait and switch there for North on the defense, and Caribbean up on catwalk. So outside of mid, it's a pretty spread out defense. Good opening kill from MSL.
No head armor there either, so the UMP is going to be quite good. Kirby was boosted up fast on short. He didn't really do much with them. He sort of tossed a timely grenade down into the lower dark, but those short boosts are really worth noticing if teams are likely to do them or not. A bit of a missed opportunity there. It could have happened for Oscar, but it didn't. So nobody's gone down yet for the Danish side, which is a little bit frustrating, I feel like, for mousesports. Just a couple of kills here would help in the long run.
Yeah, very spread out across the map, just hoping these deagles will get something done. And now, I mean, at this point, it just kind of looks a little bit silly. Not a whole lot of damage is dealt. 2-0 for North. Fresh Adidas hat on top of MSL's head.
Yes, they've got the. I actually went to their store out in where the stadium is, the FC Copenhagen Stadium. They've got all sorts of cool North swag out there. So
I feel like every once in a while I see they get like a new pair of like NMDs sent to them like right before an event.
Yeah.
Like you got to get those fresh kicks in.
Obviously. So it's good stuff.
What kind of kicks you got on right now?
Nike. I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's Kirby and MSL over at long, and Glock's in everybody's hands. What do you want to do with a round like this, Moses? You can't obviously expect to win it, but can you still achieve some sort of, goal post along the way? Is there something that you can do?
Obviously, you can get a plant down. The tough part is there's no utility even invested into this round for mousesports, so it's going to be tough. Kirby, he's buying enough time, and he's not going down. If he falls, that allows mousesports to kind of swing into the bomb site, makes that fight tougher for North rotating up the ramp. But they handle it well, and I don't even think anyone died in those 2 rounds, did they? All 10 players surviving. Actually, there's only 1 kill on the mousesports side to begin with. That was Oscar in the pistol round. We caught that one. So a very slow start for the mousesports team, and Oscar's now got the op. So you're going to hope that he's going to power this team forward right into this 4th round. Plenty of an opportunity for North to build a lot of money, though. Look at Mertz still has the Scout, the 2 SMG still on MSL and Valda. This is going to be tough.
Yes. I wouldn't get too confident, and I wouldn't be too desperate if I was mousesports. I feel like, this is really early on in the game. The fact that they got 3-0, it's pretty good that they didn't lose too many people, but still, deep breath, because this is the round that's really going to make an impact. MSL is holding alone down at long. Again, they seem to be mostly worried about that middle portion of the map. AZ and Kievu sort of holding a crossfire there. We do know how powerful that piece split is, so maybe that's what they're worried about.
I was going to say, I think it's a matter of, obviously not going to see this kind of setup the whole way through unless, mousesports just doesn't have any success, but I think they want to establish their ability to hold mid early in this half so that they don't have to worry about it too much later on, maybe try and influence mousesports against going for those mid hits. Kirby can be on the quick rotate as well, and you have Mertz, like I said, only with that scout. And that's kind of the danger of this, is obviously if you have an op there and he's able to pick 1 or 2 off, Kirby's allowed to rotate over, but if that scout doesn't ring true, which isn't the easiest thing at that kind of an angle.
Look at MSL. mousesports are busy clearing out short, but actually Oscar's just holding it. He's walking in behind. He does just show himself a little bit of damage onto Oscar, but now they've only got 40 seconds. If wherever they go, they have to worry about the fact that MSL is back there somewhere, so now all of the attention is completely drawn away. He's not even actually killed anyone. He's going to get the kill on Stiko, but even without that, he's just wasted so much of their time. Now they're pushing on to the A-bomb side, but this is a horrible round for mousesports. I'd be very shocked if they could turn this into a win. Mertz is going to miss the shot with a scout, and he goes down to Chris. That's a great headshot. Running with the AK-47, and they get Kirby as well. Great double entry for Chris. That's absolutely beautiful. Now it's going to be 3 versus 4, though a great grenade almost takes down Chris, but somehow mousesports have made it onto the site.
Oh, this is going to be so tough. Missed shots, but now they're holding the angle. But 2 players bottled up into the site. Oscar with the op. It's not the weapon you want here. AZ's going to be able to take that kill. Rops, he spotted him out. And the headshot angle gets the dink, but not the frag. And that should secure it for mousesports. The MSL. Stu moving up into a 1-on-1, and he's got time.
Yeah, going to tap the bomb once. Rops just needs to hit 1 good headshot here, and that's all it takes. He's going to fake it out once, and MSL going for the full-on defuse. I did not expect that. Normally, you see pros holding the defuse every once in a while, but he was out in the open. That's almost unbelievable. mousesports shouldn't have been close to winning that round, but then once they were, they should have won it.
Yeah, they should have had that pretty clean. I think that 1 player coming up ramp would kind of surprise them, the speed. I forget exactly who it was. It might have actually been MSL indeed, as he rotated around. And he got there very, very quickly through the smoke, but mousesports just can't let that happen. That's too many players going down for nothing on a retake scenario. Still expensive round for North, but as we said, it was kind of the bonus round. They had a scout and they had 2 UMPs still on the board, and now they've transferred that into an AWP. They have 4 M4s. They got plenty of utility. And if you're mousesports, your rounds have to be a little bit cleaner than that. Not just failing to hold off on the retake, but if you're going to send Stiko back to clear out, MSL on the flank, if you're going to take the time to do that, send 2 players. Make sure that can get traded, and then you can actually split onto that A-bomb site. They were very, very fortunate that Mertz had the scout that round. If that was an op and he just gets 1 kill, Kirby's position over in Goose is so much more powerful.
He's got the AWP now, and he is definitely an exciting player to watch with the AWP. He's such an explosive player, and going to be taking down Chris early on. In fact, the idea of watching Oscar versus Mertz in this kind of a setup would be, I think, something that many people would be interested in. Good defensive Molotov to keep them back, and no aggression happening this time on the north side, but mousesports haven't really made much progress at all.
And after you look at the scores that we saw from mousesports on this map, as we mentioned, 16-3 and 16-4 in their last 2 on land against Liquid and Astralis. Yeah, very good teams, obviously, but if they're going to come out opening up this unconvincing on this T side, again, it's getting down to under 40 seconds. They don't have any progress anywhere. They've lost 1 player and no indication, and at the moment, they're just being stalled out. Typical Danish utility usage being held towards the very end, and now 25 seconds left, and they're stuck into a mid to B split.
Yeah, that's really what they can do. If Oscar can win this fight in middle, then there's a really good chance they can make this work, but he has to. Valder going to be going down, and AC in the back. Straight shot to the face after he takes down Stiko. Will drop him, but Oscar goes down in the middle. Now there's 10 seconds. They're going to get the defuse here, but that 1 Molotov on MSL should go a long way to clearing out the retake here. That's going to be coming in from the north side. MSL's already in those hallways, and trying to see if he can get a spot in anywhere. There's going to be the Molotov to check the back corner, so 1 more position they don't have to worry about. And that's not even any kind of a participation coming in from Sunny. He just dies immediately. That was a little bit lackluster. 2 versus 3 could have been done, the defense there.
Could have been a little bit better, you're right, but I think they were very, very trapped. Obviously, difficult to move out of places. That window doesn't provide a whole lot of cover. Allows North if they get close up. Obviously, 1 flanker coming in, so they couldn't really take control of that. But both players just stuck in pretty standard positions, and they get eliminated. 5-0, nicely done from North, but another plant and a good amount of damage done from mousesports. 2 kills with the plant. But still, the money is going to start getting quite scary for the defense, and I think more than anything, if you're mousesports, you just haven't looked great so far. That's why we're getting this timeout, obviously.
Yeah, deep breath. I mean, they've got so much firepower they can put into play, so...
It's mental that Rops takes so long to shoulder peek this and then just doesn't commit to it. Even on the follow-up right here.
Yeah.
It goes away. So that's a little bit of a misplay on his part.
Maybe it would be fun to see that from his point of view, if it looked like his model was facing a slightly different way or something, you know?
I think more than anything, I think he was just scared because of the low HP.
Yeah.
He had, what, 39? 40?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, didn't want to mess with it.
Well then, 5-0 in favor of North. Are you feeling worried about your prediction yet, Most? I seem to recall in my aging mind.
You did pick North.
Yeah, I picked North.
I did pick mousesports.
Oh, well.
It's 5 rounds into a 3-map series. Yeah. Let's everybody slow down.
I'm celebrating early, Moses. I'm taking an advance on that.
I'll remember this come map 3.
Well, let's just see. Double AWP, obviously a dust2 classic. Some people recall all the way back when it was Kenny and Callie doing havoc on this.
Please no.
Long time ago, but
please no, Anders.
It's gonna be. I think that was at the point where a lot of people were starting to think about, you know, did every team have to have a double AWP setup? Like that was a real conversation that people were having. Now it's sort of swung maybe a different way. Some people are saying, well, you can sort of do without the AWP if you know what you're doing. So.
Yeah, it all depends on the pace you want to set, right? I think always the tough part is not even necessarily on the T side, but is you have to be able to break it on the CT side because a lot of teams do favor it. And here's Mertz, and look at all the tricks you can do. And there's Chris J with the entry. Just a quick drive-by, and he can even pick up that AWP if he wants it. The tough part is, because KRB's put so much emphasis on mid with Valda, he's got a really tough rotation, a really tough decision to make, and he's got to give it up. MSL has been safe throughout this half at long, and Chris J's now going to swing out a little bit wide to take that fight. 2 kills for him, and that actually should be the save signal from North.
Chris is looking great early on here. I mean, some of these entries are just out of control. There are going to be some Danish fans out there hoping that he didn't get that hot passport after all.
Yeah, right? That was a weird scenario. He is such an interesting player in the way that he's developed. Supposed to be a star opper, didn't really pan out, became the in-game leader of this lineup, started to improve, and now he's almost like entry fragging. We've seen a lot of games with him where he goes out first and just hits some incredible opening shots.
Yeah, like what are 2 of the hardest roles you don't want to play in this game? Probably in-game leading and entry fragging. He's just like, I'll just put it on me. I'll
do both of them.
I'll carry all of it. Just don't even worry about it. Yeah, that's really, I mean, especially some of those opening shots where it seems like he's almost running as he's taking the shot with the AK-47. He's obviously not quite doing that, but it does look really cool from the outside. Sunny cleaning up towards the end. He will get himself killed, but still, that's a great effort, and look at what it's done to the Danish economy, even after winning just the 1 round there because they managed to clean up a couple of players. At the end, they get a big cut into the North economy. That's good news, and good news on mousesports for getting into the game. That was much needed.
Yeah, really nice. So, I mean, obviously what you're scared about at this point is Oscar at 1 kill, Rops only at 3. I mean, granted, Sunny and Chris J are at 3 and 4, so it's not like they're doing anything either, but you just want more. And that's a very good start, but I mean, North does such a good job with their money early on. They're going to take a timeout right here. Don't want to lose 2 in a row. They don't want to get to that point where their economy is taken away. They've obviously leaned towards a double op setup. They want to keep that going on Mertz and AZ. So they're talking things over right now to make sure that doesn't happen. They never get depleted. It was a brilliant start to have a round with a scout and 2 UMPs go in their favor, and now they just get to escalate. And there's still 1 more round after this that mousesports will have to burn through even if they win.
And North are probably thinking, this is the reset. This is where we can really have a great first half. If we shut them down now, then they're not going to have that much money to work with, and so much the better for us. They use the smoke to cross into the B bomb site, which is obviously a necessity. Either that or an HE grenade on dust2. You kind of have to. But nobody getting damaged in the early round. We'll see. Double push towards Dawn this time.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a switch up, and one of them is the AWP. Mertz is going to take that peek in the angle. Stico, he could get caught depending on how he plays. As you can see him jumping on top just to spot, and I think he obviously sees that AWP, goes for the spam, and actually he's winning it. Dangerous game when the AWP can respond. He's going to come out on top now, and mousesports starting to pressure Catwalk. KRB a little bit nervous. This is where they lost the previous round, so wants to make sure he's there to help if need be. But it's MSL and Mertz playing between A bomb site and long. They're going to have to make the decision when the hit does come in, if it comes towards that A bomb site. Rops is still positioned in those B tunnels. Still a minute left on the round for mousesports to make their call.
Yeah, really good position for Rops to be in, just making sure that they don't get flanked. But also, if they end up hitting A, he can still be in the middle to make sure that nobody from the CT side can rotate that way. So It works regardless. 45 seconds now on the clock as they start to make their way up the catwalk, and still not really much presence outside of the map there. Now Rops is down in the middle, so the whole team is centered around this part. The flashbangs are in. 35 seconds as one jumps down onto the ramp. There's Rops picking off Kirby. The position perfectly placed off in that one. And now they're in full control. Chris feeling a little bit awkward with the smoke goes away, but MSL pushing through, and that should be a retreat from North now. They're just too far away.
It has to be. No defense is mounted. Really well done from Rops to take out Kirby in middle, and that's what I mentioned. Mertz and MSL going to have to make the call, and they kind of get stuck behind a smoke. There's a kill from AZ and Mertz, and all of a sudden, mousesports can't be doing this. The retake is possible, although AZ is still so far away. I'm not sure if they're actually going to go for it. Mertz is starting to creep up long. This has become a dicey scenario, but it also might have lured North into a trap. They might lose everything here, but Valdi somehow responds.
Good timing from Sunny walking in on long there. That could have been a little bit dicey, but now they are in a comfortable position once again. Rob's going to give it that kill and almost getting Valda. He's trying to retreat back through the window. Might get shot in the back any second now. He's making his jump into the corner, and Rob's, I don't think he's going to have enough time to find him. Round will tick over into the next one. That, you're right, they almost gave it back. That could have been a little bit scary. But the entry's great.
It turns out perfectly for mousesports. Those 2 kills that North gets with the op says, wait, we can actually still make this retake. There's plenty of time left in the bomb, and they go for it. And that actually spurs them to lose so much money. So look at the buy that's going to come in next. If they had just decided to stick to that save call, could have been much, much better. It would have definitely been much, much better. It would have been essentially another solid buy round. But instead, the 1 M4 that Valda saves and some CZs purchased up, and mousesports has an opportunity to get back into this game, to get up towards 3.
So, some tricks coming out from the CT side now, pushing all the way up to top mid, although Oscar did spot that out. That's a great shoulder peek. Just enough information to call it in for the rest of the team. Pushing top mid has a long and fun story as well. I love it. I like the days when Shocks would do it with AWPs, remember?
Yeah, I mean, some of the things he's able to do, though, is ridiculous. Yeah, those mid pushes are so nice when they actually work out. Double flash here for Valda. He can actually get his teammates out. There's the flashbang. One player blind, but Chris J so close up, and they still get a pretty decent result out of it, all things considered. And he's going to go back with one more. Stico's low. He's got to be careful. Don't want to take that fight. Wait for backup to arrive. Rops is coming up catwalk. But actually, this is pretty dicey. Valdi is a player who can definitely win these fights. He's going to go hunting, doesn't want to sit back, and he's found it. Oscar now has a big job to do, but Valdi's going to get in position, and he's going to push forward again, and a missed shot. This is now in the hands of North to lose. They have somehow gained control of this. Some miscommunication there, but Rops all alone. They know where he is, and Valdi's got the op.
Yes, he does. Must have spotted him. No, I'm not sure he did. Rob's now making his way through. That'll definitely reveal it. And picking up the bomb. Oh, and the smoke right through. Valda with a quad kill. You called it, Moses. Definitely the kind of player that can turn around that kind of situation. That's one flashbang and an M4 that did all that work. The initial setup.
Yes, and that's mousesports getting caught in a really awkward position, halfway up long when those flashbangs come out. Can't win the long range duels, can't trade properly. Valda baiting his USP teammates just perfectly there. This is a great spray down there. Actually pretty much lined up for it, and even the dink on Stico through the body, but this is even better. You can always sit back and just wait and hope that mousesports is going to play right into your hand, but Valda takes control of the situation, pushing forward. Awkward fight for Oscar with the AWP, and Rops obviously left with almost nothing to do. Low HP, although I mean, it's always tough to make those calls in hindsight. It's always a little bit unfair, I think, to players, but Rops had that one USP, or I think one pistol, CZ, that was kind of forcing him back on the A ramp. Might have been able to get a bit more aggressive on that, but none of it really matters once Valda chooses to attack long A.
Managed to squeeze a buy out of it on the mousesports side, which is, I guess, good news. Attempted fight in the middle, and a lot of damage onto AC, in fact, but Mertz is still going to be picking up that kill on Sunny, so will have been worth it anyway. And it's worth pointing out as well, mousesports really don't have a lot of utility. That's a... oh no. Instantly put out. That would have been great. Stico manages to try and get back around, but he's going to get caught by MSL, so still working out in favor of North. Looked like maybe that could have been a little bit awkward, but now Robs and Oscar need to do some damage, and Valda's looking for more.
Yeah, he's the assassin, isn't he? He's found his first kill, and here's Oscar turning the corner, misses the shot, P250 out, but he can do nothing. Valdi's starting to build up into this game, and he's also getting much more confident.
That's all the money gone.
From mousesports?
Yeah, they could barely buy into that round, and now no bomb plant or anything. This is It is a bit of a disaster, isn't it?
It is a bit of a nightmare. But I think you also have to point to, I mean, they mentioned on the desk is the amount of time that North has likely been able to prepare this. I think you have to look at pretty much every team that sat out one of the big events we've had recently and say they're putting some work in on Dust 2. We've seen the impact at one of the new maps when they come back into the rotation, how much they can change your fortunes. So this is huge if North is able to make this map effective, especially for a struggling team, no less. And again, some aggressive play. Kirby pushing into lower B with that SMG, wants to come back. Unarmored opponents, Valdi's got their attention. That's going to allow Kirby to spray him down. 2 headshots for him, and 1 more in upper B that's coming, and he reads the play. Knows exactly what the setup was. A 1-4. Not able to get that final kill, but Valda is going to finish it off. He had 3 in the round, Kirby with 2.
They really have been struggling North, haven't they? Like, they've been in the desert for a while.
I think that's an understatement.
just taking their time. It would be a cool story if they could start to swing it back a little bit, make it work. I think especially would be fun because they have both Wimp and Ave here from the really old days.
Danish Counter-Strike royalty.
Exactly.
Obviously, your 25% Danish blood is
I'm
screaming in joy.
I'm loving it. I feel like that would just be the best story of all time, wouldn't it? If they brought back the 1.6s and then things started to look up. I think that would be great.
That would be pretty cool. Wouldn't be against the idea. I mean, you could say this as well. mousesports, while they're not struggling, they have looked flat as of late, in my opinion, from kind of the hype that kind of built up towards the end of last year and the start of this year. Hasn't been some of their best showings recently.
Yeah, but for some reason I'm not so worried for mousesports just because, I mean, the same is true for North, but just because there's so many young players on that team, I just feel like they're going to be able to bounce back anyway. Like, I don't think they're going to get too upset by the whole situation, but obviously you want to see them continue on the sort of peak form that they've already been showing that they can reach. MSL, wondering if he can actually, if he heard Stiko running back a bit. I mean, it's not that much information, but it's a little bit to work with. And Mertz and Kirby, once Mertz takes that shot with the AWP, Kirby should be able to follow it up. It's a nice position. Nice grenade on Chris. That's going to be annoying.
Yeah, but they pulled a little bit of defense away. They pulled Kirby away from mid. That means Valda's alone. He's been great so far in this game, but he gets punished. That mid-B split has been so tough, and mousesports haven't gone to it just yet, and now finally they bust it out. AZ is smoked off. Kirby can't help whatsoever. He's gotten off, and he's got so much, but he's missed the initial shot, and Oscar's going to punish that for sure. But it is a 3-on-3. MSL coming through the smoke, able to find the equalizer, and Oscar still hunting down for more.
That's a shocking miss from Mertz. It looked like he had the position that should have easily been able to get that kill on Oscar, but not possible instead. It's Oscar coming in with 2 big kills in the round, and MSL waiting. Can he actually get any kind of an entry? He's trying to bait out the shot, just shoulder peeking his way in, but yeah, he must have realized by now, especially as Kirby's making his way back, that this is not going to be happening. Great round for mousesports, and I don't know. It looked like Valda was just getting into that spray in the middle. He'd put in the Molotov behind them. If he gets a bit more damage in there, that could have been slightly different. But good call from mousesports. Swift into that bomb site.
Really nice call. I mean, just enough pressure to pull Kirby away from CT spawn up towards that ramp leading up towards the bomb site, towards long A. Just slightly out of position. He could only come back and spam through, and he did get 1 kill. It's just not enough. Once that player on the left side goes down, and it's just 1 op in the B bomb site. There's nothing he can do. Even Oscar playing his role perfectly, just waiting for the shot to come out and then grabbing the angle and waiting for the repeak. 3-8. North doing their best to never have to fully save. Like, they don't mind giving up a round here or there with this kind of a lead at the moment. They just want to make sure they're never put back onto pistols.
This is still very doable if you're mousesports. Even at 3-8, they can have an impact, and Stiko's right into the middle, not even any signaling going on. AC realizing much too late. There's no call for backup right now for North. They're so far away, although they do actually rotate down from the middle from Catwalk, and they're there in time. Mertz picking up 2 big kills with the AWP, and now Robs is all alone out in the middle of everything. That's almost unbelievable. So that call from mousesports was so good. It caught the B defense completely, but because North had 2 people on Catwalk, they were there in seconds.
Able to flank it around, and obviously a little bit of pressure from Valda and Window as well kind of forced Stiko to be a bit more passive, slowed him down. And then the other part of that is you got to wonder where that B hit was coming in. They needed to take over that bomb site much quicker. There was missed time on when the 2 sides of that attack were actually going in. But either way, I love the pace. I love the speed of that. You can see the danger. You can see why North has put so much emphasis on mid-control, but the nice thing is, since they're getting aggressive on Catwalk, it's an easy flank. Kirby's going to get aggressive, and Sunny's not ready for it whatsoever. Gun in hand, or knife in hand, excuse me, as he's jumping around the corner, and MSL, job to do, gonna peek, doesn't realize they're already in the smoke though. There's Stico coming out. Chris J is up next, and he's got an awkward fight. And MSL is gonna go down. Mertz now in the open, but AZ's here to bail him out of a tough spot, and even they're getting caught between two attackers and somehow making this work.
A lot of damage with the C-set 75. Oscar wants to hunt this player before the next one arrives, and he's doing a really good job. There it is, finally the kill, and Valde down in the middle, so the bomb is all the way down at the bottom of long, which is a little bit unfortunate. Oscar, it'd be nice if he could have got the bomb plant down in the time that it takes Valde to actually get here, but is Oscar going to read the situation? It's very hard for him to know that Valde is right around this corner, jumping up on top, and still hasn't seen him. That's going to be instant death for him, and no head armor either, so close, Moses, but
that was very close, with just a very low buy as well. Just one Galil that was taken out pretty much right at the start, was picked up indeed, but
if you're mousesports right now, are you building up any level of frustration? Are you starting to feel like, come on, you know, we've put in the work, we've had some rounds, and it's only a matter of 3 on the board, you know?
I don't think so. I think you still have a chance to get towards 5, although not a great one at that. I say that. I'm going to take it back immediately.
Talked yourself out of it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I really did.
You're the worst motivational speaker of all time.
I was pretty awful at that. That's why I'm not an in-game leader. I mean, there obviously is still some kind of a chance, but they're going to have to sit this one out. But if you're mousesports, I think the frustration would come after the fact when you think about some of those rounds you lost early on, some of the retakes you lost at that A bomb site when you had control of the situation. Think back to the 4th round where they had the bomb site in their grasp on like a 4-on-2 or a 4-on-3. Weren't able to close it out. I think that's where you'll see the frustration after this map. And nice find from Oscar, although MSL giving him every opportunity to get back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, that must have been something that MSL has been practicing, that there must be a gap in the smoke from on top of the box there. So something that he's been working on, except it got called. Valde also maybe giving them a chance here. I mean, they don't really have to be this aggressive, although finding the bomb is a bit of a win, and Valde just continues on. Robs is right around the corner, and he's going to go down as well. So I guess that's all worth it then, but I would have counseled against it if I had to make that call in the middle of the round.
Probably me as well, but I mean, it doesn't matter. The losses for North doesn't really matter at this point. They have plenty of money. They're going to be able to buy up no matter how many players they lost that round. It's just the danger of losing it doesn't seem worth it. But either way, it comes out in their favor.
I'll tell you what, though.
All right.
It is a positive sign for me to see Valde being let off the leash a little bit more. Because I feel like North have been misplaying him as a player for a really long time.
Like since he joined the roster. I remember when he joined the roster and everyone was so excited. He had so much excitement around him coming from, what was it? It was Heroic, wasn't it?
Yes.
And everyone was pumped because we love the way the Valde plays. And he came in to be like an overqualified support player at the start, or like a very passive player, role player. And look at Caribbean. He's blind, but he's got Mertz to cover for him. This is a beautiful setup out of North. Lured right into the arms of Caribbean. He's not going to be able to get the follow-up, actually. It's a double from Oscar. He gets both kills. A gift is given over, and it's MSL who's just got to give up the bomb site.
Oh god, and Oscar jumps down into CT spawn to get the kill on AC. Finally somebody stopped him, but that's out of control. They had such a great setup up on that catwalk, but Oscar just completely shut it down. And now Stico and Robs, 15th round, so now's the big chance to finally get another one on the board. Pushing up is Valde and MSL, and Valde's already gone. Rob's just taking care of him with the AWP. They do almost line up. That's a little bit dangerous here. MSL with the spray, and Stico staying crouched, not showing his face just yet. Now he's finally going to show it. A lot of patience there on Stico. And mousesports going to win a 4th round.
That could have been a disaster, though. The fact that the information never came that he'd already crossed towards long. You could see Rops with the op was waiting for the cross, and it just never came in. So he was blind to it, and that's just unfortunate. We do see Oscar get an uncanny amount of doubles, though, don't we?
Yeah. I don't know what it is about him, but it's interesting.
That bastard.
Can we point out as well, in that Mertz and Kiebu setup on catwalk, the fact that Kiebu doesn't fire his gun when he's flashed meant that even as Mertz gets the first kill, the second player in before Oscar does all of this, he's no idea there's another player up against that wall. So there's just the little detail of not actually shooting your gun in that sort of panicking situation a little bit meant that he set himself up with the next kill. So that's worth thinking about. 11-4 though, Moses. I feel like this is going to be a rough position for mousesports to be in.
I feel like it's set up perfectly to break your heart, which I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. Likely it won't happen, but we'll see.
If they get to that double up, Moses, I mean, I'm not going to lie, you know.
That's the thing, though. Like, obviously, we still kind of in our minds still associate Chris J as like an opper, but I feel like I don't see the double up as impactful on this mousesports team nearly as much as I feel like we should. That's just my personal opinion. We'll see what happens here on dust2. Stiko's got to give this up. He's got teammates on catwalk. This is a heavy play towards long. Hard to stop with the USPs. They're crossing over. Chris with one. Oscar now fighting him. He's frozen him in the gap, and they're all going to swing through. Those aren't the fights you want to take, and they get obliterated.
Oh my god. Robs and Chris J are left. I was about to go absolutely savage on North for stopping in the cross and fighting. Like, that seems like madness to me. That you're supposed to just make it past cross as quick as you can. Rob somehow getting both those headshots in spite of the fact that Kirby and Valda were right on him. Now, back in the game once again. mousesports looking for the retake. Chris has got the kid already, so they can actually go this. They have a little bit of time to make this happen. Rob's charging in, but he's going to go down, and double teaming Chris J means North are going to win the pistol round here, and that is a big win. You see Avid is standing behind them, and this is, the fact that they stopped to take this fight is, I mean, I just don't even know.
I don't know how everyone from mousesports just died so quick, although, I mean, to be fair, you say stopping in that gap, but, like, those aren't necessarily the fights you want to take if you're mousesports with the positions you had. You had one player over towards what we still calling that Gandalf, I believe.
Yeah.
That little corner box. One player there, you had, two players on catwalk. I think you just play it for the retake to a certain degree. You can play over that smoke and kind of protect or bait for your teammate at the box and try and lure them in, but play the retake in that scenario in a 5-on-4, in my opinion.
Valda anticipating the aggression out of Chris. Waiting patiently with the UMP. Chris does have armor and head armor, so C-set 75 at this range could absolutely win this fight. And now they're both playing patiently, and more people are coming in. If Chris gets a double, that might buy just enough time for Sunny to get that deagle in position, although now he's walking very far away, so guess we have to cancel that, and Chris will go down. A bit unfortunate. I like the idea, though.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Even just the one kill to allow Rops time to get into position. Now he's got to play in front of that Molotov, and AZ's just going to take him out anyways. Sunny's up next. Not going to mess with the smoke. And I think now it just comes out for mousesports. They've taken so much damage earlier, and they're just going to save these weapons. Maybe try and get one more kill at range. Sunny's going to want to back off pretty soon. There's no chance for him really getting involved. It's going to be 13-4, so North with that pistol round, I think it's making you happy. It's put you in a good position to win the prediction game. It is just map 1, but it's a very good start. This is nothing out of the ordinary, I think, if we're honest about mousesports. I mentioned it a couple times. They have not looked great on dust2 at all. But coming up next is their pick. It's Mirage. It's the one that they're, it's their best map, their go-to for quite some time now.
But lie, Moses, I need this win. On a personal level.
Yeah, on a personal one?
My life hasn't, no. It's more like VP sold me out, man. What are they doing?
That one did hurt, didn't it? That hurt me. I didn't even predict them to win, and that one didn't feel good. I wasn't happy about being right about that.
That's how, oh man, well, still day one, but I just wasn't expecting that at all. Well, props to AGO for playing so well.
They've been playing well for some time now.
They really have been.
Yeah.
Feels like that was never going to happen, that there was going to be a second team in Poland that you would want to talk about because VP just overshadowed everything.
Life finds a way, Anders.
Apparently it does. 13-4. And moving into the 18th round with Scout, AK there on mousesports. Really not that much to work with. And it does worry me that sort of the top fraggers of mousesports have just a slight bit more than the bottom fraggers on North. There's something wrong with that. Oh, well, okay.
There's a good start. AK for Oscar, so he's got the opening kill onto Caribbean, trying to be aggressive in mid. Now the question becomes, if they want to win this, Oscar's got to rotate into a good position, or Sunny's got to hit something stellar. He's tagged MSL down to 62. He's got to win that, but he's overextended. And it's Oscar with another headshot. He's going to continue forward, but there's a nice peek from MSL. Help AZ, but the bomb is dropped. This is now scary. This can still be a tough situation despite the lack of weaponry, but I think Valda might be here to end things. Put it back safely in their control, but Rops has him cut off.
Good positional play from Robs. The bomb falling down on that ramp is another dust2 classic. If people get too close to that edge, and people do it all the time, they can fall the wrong direction. AZ making his way past, already been caught. Definitely spotted there by Stiko, and now he's just going to try and run and get that bomb plant down as quick as he can. They have a Molotov, so I actually don't see a way for AZ to really win this one. He's going to have to hit some really crisp headshots, falling back into the back line here. If he doesn't get it right away, then they're going to grenade him out of this position, that's for sure. Stands up. There's his first attempt. AZ's going to get one, but the fire will reach him. And Robs will take him down. Oh, man. He had a chance.
Yeah, I mean, the real one that he had was to take that peek when they're throwing the Molotov so he prevents it from coming out, right? I mean, that's just tough for him to be back there. Nice attempt, though. Good job by mousesports to return that round. Phenomenal by Oscar to get those 2 kills. And like you said, even the one where the bomb drops down, that is always just such a nightmare situation. And it is kind of like sadistically funny watching teams try and recover from that kind of a situation because it is just like the headless chicken where no one accounts for what happens if the bomb drops.
Yeah, and it's also because it's random, like how much
the bomb
energy it has. Yeah,
everybody.
like it just sometimes it does nothing, sometimes it just launches its way over the. It's like, okay, guess we have a different plan now. Making their way through the smoke, there's one single flashbang on AZ, and since we always praise people for doing this, guess we have to. Is one flashbang enough, Moses?
We don't actually have to.
We don't?
I don't think so.
I feel like I have to.
There's a mistiming on the smoke. They're going to come out with it. The flashbang does absolutely nothing, and Stiko's in the game. Welcome to the party. 3 headshots for him. And now you do have that double op setup. Chris has one. So does Oscar, and Sunny's going to keep being aggressive, but he's got to be careful. There is a Deagle boosted up, and I don't know if AZ was trying to go for like a wide peek off the jump, or if he just made a mistake. Maybe like tried to prevent a sneeze and accidentally held down the walkie. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It did look a little bit weird.
I think derpy is the term.
Derpy, yeah, I like it. So, I mean, the fact that the flashbang goes in a position that it just doesn't touch him is obviously unfortunate. So, no luck at all. Good job on Stiko.
You can see the idea, though, right? It's like the flashbang over the wall. You just blind someone for maybe a second just so they can get out and maybe get a wide angle with those P250s. But this is the scary part. This is where we see what mousesports has in the defense. Double op setup. Oscar's going to be blind. He's going to be forced away. Stiko again. No gun out, but they recover so nicely. The leg shot, I believe that was, and the HE grenade. And now the other op rings out. And it's North's turn to look like they're a little bit lost on this T side of how to recover. And the bomb is out here as well.
If you get caught the way that he just did, Stiko, you're supposed to die, aren't you? Like
I think you die 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, this was the 10th time, so great job. 2 versus 5, and just like we spoke about when mousesports were on the T side, now the best they can do is try and inflict some damage, maybe try and take some rifles away, and make sure that mousesports don't get too much of a bank.
If Valde can drop Oscar at long, that's the duel that might turn this in the favor of North. He needs to win this, and he has. And now it's awkward for Sunny and Stiko. It's going to force them forward right towards Mertz, who's playing with the smoke. He's got them trapped. Needs just 1 kill to open things up for his teammate coming long as well, but Rops is covering the cross, and there goes Mertz. Stiko just comes to the smoke behind him. So that was the kill that gave him a chance, but still it was so far away. Nice attempt from Valde and North. 7-13, and mousesports beginning to climb into this. Double op setup is one of a couple rounds now. We'll see what North has moving forward.
And they get to keep it as well. I feel like once you invest into that double op setup, it's kind of nice to have it a couple of rounds before.
It's a very expensive setup. That's just awkward. Yeah, that is like Stiko just got so surprised and just chucks the nade as quick as he can. Pulls out the M4 and wins it. So, back to pistols for the Danish side. This time, no flashbang, Anders.
Not even a single one. They're going to run into trouble wherever they go, so guess it didn't work last time and they just weren't feeling it. Ultimately, though, this will probably bring us to 13-8, which seems like that's a score you can come back from. You can save the game from here.
And then you're very close to being within striking distance, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oscar so good at this P250 as his pistol to back up the op. He's got plenty clips of just whipping that out and getting some headshots. So mousesports now out of the action on this one, out of the fight. AZ left to try and get some damage. Mertz does have a deagle. He could find something. That's a nice dink out of Sunny, but can't complete the kill. And Mertz is going to take this duel. It's Chris J who slides out aggressively. And here's the op, looking a bit rusty, but he does get that tag. And that should pretty much spell the end of danger at the very least.
Yeah, a lot of people staying alive in this round, which is good news for mousesports, making sure that...
I thought you were going to start singing the song.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You feeling that confident?
I thought you were going to start singing it.
Oh.
I wasn't going to do it.
No. I feel I'm not worried at all, Moses. I'm not even a little bit worried.
The last time I did karaoke, it ended very poorly, I feel. The night in general, not the karaoke itself.
I'm not sure if I've ever actually done karaoke in public.
Just in the privacy of what, your shower? You a shower singer?
All the time that way. But maybe we should do one day.
I don't know if that counts as karaoke. Either way, we should. Definitely should. We'll get some soju involved. Stiko and Oscar on catwalk. There's the classic boost for the op to peek down in towards the lower tunnels, and the equally classic flashbang to force it off, and just for a moment, but they don't quite have the synergy for that fast of a peek.
AC and MSL taking the chance. They realized there were going to be 2 people on catwalk, so they wanted to push out double peek there for long to try and see if they could catch anybody. Now we're back to much more of a default setup. Robs, though, is holding alone in B with an AK-47. He does have a Molotov, so if he spots somebody out and doesn't get killed immediately, he can put a pause on any kind of aggression and call for Chris to help out in. So I quite like this setup. The only weakness right now is if Oscar loses the fight to Mertz down at long.
Yeah, that would be huge. That would actually be a disaster for mousesports. Unfortunately, at the moment, mousesports doesn't have to worry about it. Oscar's still just waiting for them to casually come. They can walk along that wall, so that's the other danger of it. But most of the aggression going to be coming from catwalk, as Mertz will just keep them locked in towards the bomb site. This is going to be tough. Oscar seems like he's swinging wider for the peak, but here things come on catwalk right through the smoke. Oscar alive in the bomb site, but the Molotov going to slow things down. And he's trying to do everything he can around the edge of the smoke, and he's found an angle, and Mertz now has to get aggressive to get involved. But they've got it in a 3-on-1.
He just couldn't find a single kill coming up long. Nobody was showing. And now he's alone. 18 seconds to try and see if he can get anything done. Might want to swap out for something else. No scope, not connecting whatsoever, and Stiko will take him down for the quad kill. He's been very good here in the second half indeed. That's 9-13. mousesports well on their way for a really, really cool comeback. And this was looking great. I thought North had a good opening on that bomb site. Like, especially getting the kill on Oscar, but they all stood still for so long fighting Oscar, at least trying to look for him, that Stiko just has this shooting gallery going on.
You can see that's a tough fight to win, like 2 or 3 fights in a sequence there, the way that he just did in that round. But you're right, it's because of the time that was bought to them by Oscar being alive in that bomb site, the Molotov not killing him, being able to put it out, and that's a nice HE grenade, a good amount of chip damage, nothing too crazy, but just going to help out for those M4s, and Rops is going to be here, flashbang in, and they're blind. He's going to go for another one. The timing could be perfect, and it is a shot to keep them staring that direction, but the flank comes in instead. We thought the danger was Rops, but it was Sunny all along, and Chris J is going to close things down. 10-13. This defense is now looking solid.
Absolutely is, and North aren't looking as expert as they were on the CT side. They look like they're sort of wondering a little bit more what's up, and I'd like to see some of the rounds that we saw at mousesports, even when they didn't work, the decisive rounds, where you sort of say, okay, let's put some speed behind this. You know, like we've had...
try something.
Yeah, because now you've had quite a few rounds to play with, so you should have been able to collect some sort of intel on what their setup tends to be or where the weakness is, and then go for it.
I think the problem is, you know, when you're going up against this double op setup on a map like dust2, there's so many different ways that you can get picked off as you try and set up some kind of a play. You don't have, like Mertz, we've seen him be explosive, we've seen some good games out of him, but I don't think he's developed well enough yet to be that kind of opper going up against Oscar, going up against Chris J, who's going to be able to provide you those openings consistently. I'm not sure you can rely on it quite yet. You can see kind of the plan that MSL has for Mertz in this map. Remember, they put him in that pit that one round, box him into the bomb site. He's kind of that supportive, like maybe get the one kill if they peek you, but otherwise you're just there to kind of help us get into that bomb site, block off an angle for us to worry about it.
Well, Oscar with a little bit of aggression over at long. Not really going to stick around and fight AC all that much, but sets up for a flashbang, and this is a little bit dangerous. Stiko, yeah, gets back around the corner. They've shown themselves a bit here, and they realize that's not a fight that they really want to take. Still, leaving Robs alone in B, I mean, that still seems like something that maybe North could exploit if they realize it.
We'll see. Chris J again. No one really being aggressive towards B. Oh, that should have been a kill. Crouched down beneath the shot. Chris J doesn't want to dedicate himself too much to the repeat. Knows Mertz probably has the angle, but Oscar's up there close on catwalk as well. He's right at the bricks, waiting for the next peak, waiting for the pop flash that'll signal that peak. There's one of his own. Mertz trying to hold Chris J in, and Oscar's going to get a new angle. Confident in Stiko covering his back.
Sunny surviving that one, but standing up. Chris is ready. Sunny just baiting out that shot, in fact, so that Chris could take the peak. That's very clever indeed. Bomb is dropped for the minute, and they only have 30 seconds left. Chris still being a big presence in here. Even if he's missed a couple of shots, he's really kept them occupied right now. 24 seconds, and they're going to try and see if they can make it onto this bomb site. MSL down in the middle, the other three making their way in through upper dark. This is going to be very tricky for the Danish team. Valde with one great headshot to open it. Chris not going to get the chance, and a lot of damage on him. 10 seconds. They need this bomb plant right now. If anything stops it, they're going to be in trouble. Chris, he can't block it off, and Kjaerbye going to be successful. Now it's still a 3-on-4 as Chris gets the kill on Kjaerbye. North, they've lost so many rounds here in the second half. They need something to make it back, and Stiko's going to be going down. MSL with a good shot, and now they're very low on health here. Chris and Sunny, how did they make their way in without going down? Oscar flanking around upper dark, trying to see if he can open it, and that might have been it. MSL goes down. Sunny looking for more. Valde going to get the spray on one, turning around for the headshot. Now he's looking for the quad kill, and that just might have been it here. Sunny 2 health left, and Valde right on top of him. Sunny's going to pick up the kill. I'm not sure. Is there enough time? Did he really get it jumping down? He's even casually just stroking his own forehead. Sunny, what a great save. Double kill for him and surviving on 2 health.
Yeah, he only had 2 health, but you have to say, very heroic effort out of Valde. Not only the opening kill to get him into that bomb site, Rops, you could see, was very uncomfortable by that smoke at the base of those B halls. That was a little bit of a very rare misplay of that level out of him. But Valde, I mean, he's in the open. He knows Oscar's about to turn the corner behind that box. There's nowhere for him to go. Gets that kill as well. Had to be an immediate kill from him and turns towards window. He does everything he can. Valde really deserved that win, all things considered, and it's not going to come out. And North, again, failed to win a round. This has been so many now for mousesports. So what is this, 7 in a row?
Yes, it is.
That's not bad.
If you win 7 in a row, you might as well just continue at that point.
Well, why would you want to stop?
Yeah, just keep that going. What a great turnaround from a map that looked like it was just going to be, you know, sort of a bit of a wash, you know, not that exciting.
And we'll reiterate, you personally need this map to go your way, or else it's going to be very embarrassing.
I'm used to that by now, Moses. I'm not going to lie. My life has not been going the way that I thought it would at all. So I'm used to it right now.
You haven't done bad. You've got a new speaker system and all that fun stuff back at home to play with.
Oh, I can't wait to show everybody. It's,
show the world.
It's going to be a good moment of bragging about my cool setup. My pathetic television. It's very sad.
Well, there's a nice crossfire set up in middle, Rops and Sunny, and I think they're hoping that North actually challenges this. Sunny's going to get across. Now, this is tough, though, because actually, oddly enough, mousesports has rotated themselves out of position. They've got 3 players over towards that B bomb site. They cannot keep this up. There's too much more map to cover. A bomb site itself is too difficult to hold in this kind of a scenario when you only have 2 players. Yeah, one's Oscar, so he can do, you know, a lot of work. But you're putting a lot of weight on his shoulders.
Did Stiko sneak in past AC without him seeing it?
That's the position where you can see the shadows as well when they walk in through the double doors, so it's very dangerous to try and retake that.
And also AC might have a strong feeling that there's nobody long, because I've been watching it the whole time, so don't even worry about that. So if they start to go up, they might not catch Stiko flanking around quick enough. Like, he might actually beat that timing, although AC is still waiting there now. They're going to make the jump down towards CT spawn. Oscar has to hit this first shot. He's going to miss the chance, and now there's a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to run back here. Can't stay and fight it on his own, and that should be a free bomb plant coming in for North. A 5-on-5 retake. That's going to be a little bit tricky for mousesports. They need control of either long or short to make this work, and because AZ is essentially at the center of all of this, as long as he can stay alive, it's going to get really difficult. Well, they're playing a bit forward as Kjaerbye takes down Sunny. Good return for once, but Rob's almost getting the turnaround. And now the retake is on. 3-on-3 as they make their way up.
Well, here comes MSL peeking out, but he's in the flames. Got to get into the bomb site. 2-on-3, and there's Valde pouncing from middle, coming through the double doors. Mertz is going to shut things down at Chris J. That's a desperate retake in a 5-on-5, and that's why it's so tough to make that call to have 3 players at the B bomb. So you could see Oscar, as soon as he misses 1 shot. Now, if he gets that kill on the player who dropped, he probably sticks around and goes for 1 more. But once you miss it and give up that bomb site, there's really not a whole lot you can do. That's just a free round, essentially, passed over to North.
So after losing 7 in a row, they finally pick it up, finally do something else. Good leg shot on Robs. That's so annoying, and one of the things you always find people complaining about on dust2. Stiko putting a lot of grenades for the smoke and actually going to try and re-engage with his own flashbang as they trade places inside. MSL comes out and Stiko at least gets 1 kill. Could have been much worse than that, I feel like. He could have straight gone down.
That's got to be so frustrating if you're MSL. Just the play that Stiko kind of had to make at that point. He was too close up to fall back, and look at this double pushing towards upward B tunnels. KRB, this would be massive if he's able to get this, and they're going to come around this corner, probably slow. There's the peek from Chris J. Now it's going to be fast, although they actually back off. Chris has stayed. Rops is far away with that low HP. So even without a kill, KRB has stemmed the tide, but he's not going to expect Sunny. No chance that KRB read that play happening.
Well, the rest of North sort of have to push now. There's been so much action over in upper hole, so they need to use the fact that the rest of the CT force is somewhere else and start making a move. There's a really quick flank from Sunny. I think he's going to win this round right now, just pushing in, getting the kill on Mertz. That's so quick that North did not see it coming, and now 2 versus 4 for the retake, and they've got everything they need right now, mousesports. Chris jumping up, and we'll go down to AC, who's sticking around for the fight, looking for it with the AK, almost taking down Oscar. That could have actually worked out. That was a 1 versus 3 that he could have won if he had got that one more bullet in. Regardless, that's a hard reset on the North side. Now we're looking at 14 to 12.
I think they're going to buy again, Anders. I think they're just going to go for it. They've got 6,100 on Valda. They've got 4,100 on AZ, and you can get 3 AK-47s out and have some kind of a purchase. Now, I think the only thing that might temper them is how close this. I mean, with mousesports being within striking distance in this fashion, I think North is just kind of crossing their fingers and hope they can just grind this out. They know it hasn't been pretty. They know their T side hasn't had a lot of success, but with this close, you just feel like you just have to get lucky once or twice. So we'll see. It's a tough decision for MSL to make, especially considering tactically they haven't looked, like they're able to crack this kind of double op setup that mousesports has brought out. I say buy, though.
You would go for it?
I've gone to the dark side lately. I'm all about just force buy.
Oh yeah,
just do it.
You should get your DNA checked, Moses. Maybe you've got a little French in there.
Yeah, I've lost my mind.
Oh man, well it's turned out to be quite a map. I'm not feeling as confident as I was earlier. I'm not gonna lie, especially with Chris and Oscar having a great time in the middle. They're just against pistol, but even that shot through the door actually connects on MSL.
It just looks like skeet shooting at this point for Chris and Oscar in that round, doesn't it? Just people jumping over at the top of mid, picking him out of the sky, and he's just chilling.
Yeah, I mean, that face right there conveys most of my feelings, Moses. Just
I forgot, Starladder was the event where they just zoomed in on the cool death poses at all times, didn't it?
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's that huge frown, cold on the pavement, nothing left. 13, 14, I wasn't ready for this at all. With the first half, it just looked like it was going to be a quick game, but now it's got really exciting. And we'll see if it can continue. North desperate to get the last couple of rounds in. They know that if they give this one up, it might just get even more tricky. mousesports are obviously going to be completely ignited by this kind of a comeback. Kirby goes down early on to Oscar, and
you could see, we got to see how Oscar was set up there. Looking into the wall, waiting for that flashman to come out. That was the signal that someone was peeking, and then he goes for it. Rop's under some pressure, and he's already used some of his bullets spraying through, but they're going to walk around the corner. Mertz is ready, and there's the spam through the door. Chris J. That does not provide a whole lot of cover, and the smoke is up, and it looks like North has a great opportunity to get to 15 if they can just hold on to this retake.
And with MSL holding the hallways, they know where they're coming from. Sunny with one great entry, actually taking down AZ, and Valda might be next. He actually gets the shot on Oscar while jumping, and Mertz with one more in return, taking down Stiko. It's still a 1-on-2. Sunny, if he could somehow steal this back, that would be out of this world. He's on the bomb side, and they're both on the other side. He has no grenades to block them out, so he's going to spend a lot of time even looking for them and walking out of the door. Mertz is ready for it. Sunny trying his best, but Mertz will take him down. It's a triple kill here for the Danish AWPer and bringing North to 15 rounds. That was... I thought for a minute that Sunny was about to crack that all open.
Listen, you called it early on in the half as, the fact that they're trusting Rops to be alone in this B bomb site. Well, this is 2 times now we've seen North hit the B site heavy through the B halls late into the round, and Rops has been able to get nothing. The first time, he was uncomfortable, flushed out of the back sniper spot. K-sharp, as we call it in the States. And then the second time here, just behind that box, gets flashed up and only had 20 HP and gets picked off around the edge of the smoke. 2 rounds, you feel like he should have at least gotten 1. Or maybe not should have, but needs to get at least 1.
I'm okay with calling it K-sharp, I feel like.
Did you guys not call it that back in the day? No?
I can't actually remember. I'll adopt K-sharp for now. I like that idea.
Got a couple things named K-sharp. The vodka pineapple drink is called a K-sharp.
Those are pretty good, actually.
Not the next day.
Well, AZ being baited into a peek does take a leg shot and is down to 19. Rob's got tagged crossing early on, and now Sunny's calling in for the backup. A lot of counter flashes coming out. Oscar gonna get one kill. Sunny wins that fight. Looked like Kirby had the advantage. The smoke somehow saving him. Robs will have gone down in the meantime. Chris will take down Valde, and this could be overtime now. North hitting the wall hard here in round number 29. Mertz unscoping at the wrong time, and Oscar's going to take care of him, no problem. And that's the end of the round. 14-15, and heading into round number 30. But for North, I mean, they could buy one AK-47.
I think Kirby did have the advantage. I think there were just so many flashbangs thrown into the air that obviously he's stuck in a fight as well. You can't really look away, and I think one of them just caught him at an awkward timing. Wasn't able to complete that frag. And yeah, this is looking like overtime. 2 CZs, Deagle, AK-47, and Galil on Kirby, but it's the utility that kind of sends off the alarm bells, doesn't it? There's 2 smokes and 1 flashbang against 2 ops, 2 very powerful ops, and this time, looks like North say we had the recipe. 2 players, or we've been able to take the B bomb site twice. Maybe go back to it, but Chris J is going to play inside of it with Rops as well. They have miscommunicated, though, it looks. I mean, there is a smoke there, but Chris J looking out towards mid. Here comes the hit.
Yeah, that smoke might actually help them with the Robs, and a great call to the spray is in, and he gets all the kills!
No.
Headshots in a row, unbelievable, and that's going to be overtime. Look at Oscar just laughing. What even happened?
Oh my lord, I didn't think he was going to be able to get those last 2. The transfer down, he gets fortunate with the angle of some of the shots, but this is beautiful. As much as he struggled at times, this, I can't say it makes up for it, but it certainly looks pretty right at the end.
I can't believe it. They actually got blended. They just...
Well,
Lion smoothie coming up.
Yeah. All right, that's a bit grim, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Well, that's overtime, ladies and gentlemen. In the first map as well. Looking so good for North in the first half, but now have they given too much away? Is this where mousesports truly begin to wake up? We'll find out right now. 15-15. Robs again, slightly alone, although we'll see if that changes. Sunny walking into the middle. Maybe Chris could come and help him out. They seem very confident in this setup, mousesports, so I'll give him a chance. Flashbang going very high indeed, and that's right before Chris even turns around. Sunny getting 1 kill, but now he's weirdly trapped in the corner. Can he get out?
That's a cool peek from Mertz as well. I think Chris J might have been a little bit distracted by that flashbang, considering in his head if he wanted to look away or just take the angle. Leg shot onto Mertz, 24 HP. Still spamming to try and keep Sunny pinned down, but he's going to come out. He's got a chance. There is a low HP player, a new angle for them to worry about. This is a tense battle, and this round can all be decided here in mid.
Yeah, it seems like it will right now. Sunny playing close in the opposite corner. Backup has fallen away, though. Oscar's actually going to fall back towards the A-bomb site. So now Sunny must be feeling just a little bit lonely. Valde jumping up, not checking it, and Sunny's going to get everything that he wanted and a little bit more even. Mertz low on health, being run down. Sunny, such a great play coming up from the Finnish star, and now suddenly 2 versus 4 as North try to make their way up long. MSL looking for the kill. He's already got 1 on Oscar. If he could have got that one as well, that would have probably have been a turnaround in the round. But now AZ, there's no cover behind this car, by the way. Those glass windows are... They don't do anything. You can shoot right through them.
Is that what we're getting
that's what I'm saying.
I knew it.
You knew it was coming?
I knew it was coming as soon as you said that.
You got to pray we don't get to play Overpass Moses. I am beyond angry.
I don't think Valde, I don't think anyone kind of caught Sunny switching to the other side. This was a really nice play from Sunny, and yeah, the round did end up getting decided there. Even MSL towards that A-bomb site, that fight he actually takes with Stico in the plant boxes, it's actually Oscar that MSL kills, so he was looking the other direction, wasn't even trying to fight Stico whatsoever. Some long pressure coming out. Stico's all alone. The Molotov going to help, and that's a good pick from Mertz. Now they're starting to come alive. More, this is the aggression we didn't see in regulation, and it's netted them 2 early kills in this round.
Especially getting rid of Oscar must feel great at this point in time. Bit of an awkward fight. Feels like maybe Sunny should have been able to get that first kill on Kirby, and now as they've got the first couple of kills, they're going to use the grenades to make sure they can make this cross easy and safe. And Chris and Robs, what do you do at this point? It looks like North are finally going to be picking up a round here in overtime.
Might as well just go for it. If you're these guys, you have the money with that opening round win. See if you can create some magic. Chris J with one and Rops with another headshot. Valde out towards long. MSL going to come from mid. Rops is watching for that, but not able to win that battle. And Chris J, 1-on-2.
But Kirby is miles away. Valde has to play this one safely. Otherwise, Chris could go for a very long defuse. It's going to be a smoke on top of the bomb. Very important to have that one. And now Chris going to try and sit inside. Not for very long. Kirby with a nice round. Triple kill for him. And another round for North. The fact that Kirby was so far away, that made me a little bit worried.
You can see it. When the smoke goes down, Chris actually takes that angle towards Catwalk, and if he held it for another second, he would have probably gotten that shot on Kirby, and then you kind of never know what happens. When you have that smoke down, two different angles of North players kind of spamming at it, it's difficult to catch that diffuse, but maybe just a second off. But the right idea. 16-16, North struggled to win some gun rounds.
Oh, God.
That's a nice shot from Mertz. Oh, look at the B-rush coming in as well.
Yeah, but that might be a mistake. There are two people here. Actually, this could work out in favor of mousesports. They're going to get the one kill. They're running for the fire. Sunny with a great double spray down, make it a triple. And now Mertz all alone. They got baited by their own success in middle to rush that B-bomb side. Yeah, Chris, I don't mind you laughing at that one. That's actually brilliant. I mean, there's no way that North can know that, but they're thinking, all right, we've already weakened the B-bomb side. Let's just go for it.
Well, and especially when Chris gets that first kill, or Rops, excuse me, with the AWP towards window. No one expected Sunny to just be sitting there by the car. That was beautiful for mousesports. 17-16, MR3 and 10K start money. So the second half, I mean, both teams really struggle on these T sides. I don't know if mousesports even has what it takes to kind of pull this off, and this might be something where they just decide to pick up the pace as well. They just do something very, very fast. Saw a couple rounds, actually, excuse me, is it 16K start money? Yeah. It is.
It is.
Interesting.
So they can buy a lot of rifles.
We've all gone to 16K.
I like it.
Trying to ruin my life.
I like the money, Moses.
We know.
It's Deco over at Long. Just trying to keep an eye on it, as people tend to do. In fact, a default spread from our sport. So holding Long, holding up a dark, and holding the middle. That's all you want right now. Get a feel for where they're standing on the other side.
Yeah, but remember, mousesports T side was very lacking. They had a lot of rounds. They gained mid control, they gained catwalk control, and they kind of just got bogged down and kind of never really were able to make any kind of decision of where they wanted to go. And again, mid control is their way. No one from North really contesting it. It's just on the other side of those doors. Kirby and Valdo with the setup, with the crossfire. And mousesports working their way up catwalk. Now, they had some nice executes onto this bomb site. And again, a lot of reliance on Mertz to hit a couple shots here if they do end up coming this way, and he's going to have to dodge a lot of flashbangs, a lot of smokes. And if he goes down, MSL really has kind of nothing to do out towards long. And Mertz not even defending the A-bomb site. He's actually cheating in towards CT spawn.
Yeah, this seems unbelievably risky. Especially, he's playing close with that AWP on the ramp, so he's not going to have very many shots. And now Chris is going to be jumping down with the flashbang right on top of him. They're both inside the smoke now on the ramp, ready and waiting. Mertz coming out, but Chris is so ready for it. That's a great entry. Again, he does it. That's maybe the one force that they actually had on the T side was Chris having good entries.
Look at this setup between Oscar and Rops and lower B and Oscar on catwalk. There's going to be no chance for the flank. There goes MSL, and now Valde has got to be worried about it. He's going to come up next, and they still don't know Rops is in lower B. No chance for this retake to happen. Coming through the smokes all across the board. It'll be an 18th round for mousesports. They'll have 2 map points, Anders. It's tough as well to criticize. Like, don't look at this round as if that is a failure from Mertz to defend the A bomb site. That is a failure from North to defend the A bomb site. I mean, Mertz maybe made a mistake on the rotate. Might have been called in by a play for the mid B because they did have the CT spawn smoke. But you need more bodies there. You can't just rely on one opper. I mean, even guys like Oscar on the mousesports side struggle to kind of hold that A-bomb site all on their own. There's too many different executes and too much utility to really rely on one AWP to hold the bomb site.
I'm just so happy that Chris is doing such a great job with the entries. Like, that really helps our mousesports a lot. And it's in all different styles now, you know?
We've seen him do it with the SMG, seen it with the AK.
Yeah, running with the AK, this time flashing through a smoke, jumping down in towards CT spawn. That's not so easy. A good win there for Oscar. All they need is 4 more kills and they will have stolen this map from North. Good spray from Kirby. And crouching his way back, he almost gets the double. That's an extreme amount of damage dished out, but it might not be enough.
This is where you just see mousesports on the T side just almost become unstoppable. Once they get a couple picks, a couple kills here or there, you put Oscar in space with that AWP and he's going to pick off rotations. Valde, though, can get this round back in their hands. mousesports has to hurry this up. MSL going to push forward towards catwalk. Low HP players. And Valdez just missed the timing as Oscar walks out towards mid, but that's a good kill from MSL.
Falling back there, right on long. They might be a little bit quicker than he thought. He's already fighting them a bit, and the timing works in favor of Oscar. So now MSL in so much trouble. He's going to get one kill, but he knows Oscar is coming. Turning around for the flashbang, still flashed a little bit, and trying to see if he can make his way down. They're actually falling back with the bomb, so he's going to get a chance to maybe try and fight it. If he could find Oscar and win that fight, then he's got a one-on-one at least. Bringing it back now. 30 seconds as they make their way towards the B bomb site. MSL walking in, and this might just be the end. It will be in overtime in favor of mousesports here on map number 1. What a great comeback, and what a devastating beginning here for North. That's got to dig deep. I can feel a little bit. You know, I'm not.
Yeah, that's a painful loss. It is a little uncomfortable. What, it was 11-4 at first half for North, and mousesports looking lost on that T side, and then I think that second half. They get over to the CT side, they get that double op going, and it seemed like everyone came alive. Rops had the ace at the end of the half. Saw a very good performance out of Chris J and Oscar, so all is well and good in the mousesports side of things. I think they're just relieved more than anything.
Yeah.
That felt like a map, not only that coming into it, you probably don't have a lot of confidence after your losses in Australia, but I think even after that first half, if you're mousesports, you didn't really feel like you were going to win that.
No, but just solid play, keeping their heads in it. They had so few kills even in the first half, they didn't really have much of an impact at all, and then Sunny really came alive, and it worked out altogether. So great job, and just a great performance from them overall. And for North, I mean, this would have been such a smooth start to the tournament. You know, quick one map up and looking good.
It could have been.
Could have been.
But I mean, there's very few of us. I think you might have been the only one who kind of expected that to happen.
I was going a little bit deep there, wasn't I?
Yeah, for me, I think you got to be happy, obviously, about Valda playing well.
Yeah.
He had a really nice game in a lot of different ways, and some clutches and his positioning. I think you have to be worried because Caribbean was pretty quiet on that T side, and that's someone that you want to help get you going. I think he really got punished a lot by some of those double op setups.
And then I think outside of that, I mean, Mertz was hitting some pretty good AWP shots, but not, but it's hard to consistently win a fight against Oscar, isn't it? Like,
it's not
how do
easy.
you do that?
Or even Chris J in all the different places, like mid, catwalk, B, long, like the different kind of peaks that you can do from a CT side opper.
Yeah.
It's so hard for a T side, for an opera on the T side to just say, where am I going to get shot from this time? Like, you know, you have no expectation.
A little bit of an uphill battle for sure. We'll see obviously what happens on map number 2. So we'll throw it back over to the desk for a bit of an analysis, so stay with us.